Hello, my primarily male friends. I know this audience contains 99% males, but if you're a girl, please shout out in the comments. That would be very interesting. Today we're headed into spring fragrances, into the lovely time of lighter and warmer days. Finally, they're coming. They are coming. They're now here. To the atmosphere of love and hopefulness. So I have a top 12 spring perfumes for men. Some designers and most of them are niche. They're all long-lasting and have a great sillage in moderate temperatures of 40 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 to 25 degrees, maybe 27 degrees Celsius. So these are the best temperature to open up all the faucets of these fragrances I'm going to tell you about today. Most are especially wonderful in high humidity. They're elegant and mass appealing. I think all 12 are actually mass appealing. They capture early spring and like deep spring, I would say, mood in the best of ways. Here we go. Number 12. It is Oudwood by Tom Ford. The Trail of the Wood. Yeah. The trail in the woods with the lightest oud that smells here like almost moldy tree, somewhere in the thickets, far away in a fairy tale. It's wet but bright scent. I think pepper and cardamom bring out more sparkle. The only downside is performance to this one. This is the original version, so spray it on clothes. So guys, I think Oudwood is one of the best office fragrances ever made. It's so mass appealing, but the fact that it's so expensive now just doesn't make any sense. That's why it's only number 12 on this list. Number 11. Purpose Amouage. For me, it's fairly a new discovery. There is a review on this channel for this fragrance. That's a very different fragrance from everything else. Profile of its own, but a vetiver. It's like an unconventional vetiver for a lover of woody and mysterious fragrances. But surprisingly, it's very low-key and can be used on everyday basis and has an amazing mass appealing sillage. And I'd say it's quite challenging still. If you're not into woody profiles, it will be hard for you to wear this. There's no oud here. But anyways, it's outstanding in the performance department, just like all the fragrances of Amouage brand. I'll leave a link down below about it and up here. Number 10. Number 10. I chose Aqua di Parma Colonia Quercia. I think it's pronounced like that. Quercia means moss, oak moss, I believe. A fresh, mossy, but classy, very masculine aroma. Me personally, as a lover of this note, oak moss, I find it very relaxing. This is like a green fairy in the woods. A no-brainer for every day or after shower, go to work anytime. This is surprisingly long-lasting for the profile. Aqua di Parma is famous for very natural smelling cologne style compositions, and they're usually, some of them are kind of not staying well on your skin, some. But this one lasts a long time, I'd say all day. 4 to 5 hours on skin, it will even project. But better to be put on clothes, of course. It's somehow both sweet and a little sour. There are also some spices hidden, which make it very attractive for everybody. Number 9. Number 9 is Le Parfum by Yves Saint Laurent. This is, of course, a blue fragrance that has amazing aldehydes on start. But for me, they're perfumed as a smell of a hot pool in the sun. It's a very punchy experience because of, I think it's a ginger note giving that out. While Le Parfum is very clean and very dry fragrance. Sometimes on even some skin chemistries, it can be a little soapy. There is another flanker, L'Elixir, that came out a couple weeks ago. Parfum, actually not a couple weeks ago, a month ago, I would say. It is a Parfum concentration, and it's even more aldehydic, and that version is more soapy, but I really prefer this one. This is better, as for me. Number 8. You'll be surprised or not, I don't know. L'Homme Sport by Lanvin. I talked about this fragrance in the Sauvage alternatives. In the Sauvage video. I'm gonna link this video up here. It is quite affordable, but it has amazing start. The start is Amalfi lemon note that is gorgeous. It's so natural. It's almost like Aqua di Parma. It's actually like Aqua di Parma style. And that has that sweet lemony vibe. Even later on, supernatural start. Yeah, I guess for this price, yes. On discounters, you can find it less than $30. So this is a no-brainer. That lemon oil is not cheap, I guess. It's often used in high-end cologne lines. So that lemon oil is mixed up with sage and lavender here and green notes. It's a classic chypre. Amazing, no-brainer again. For everywhere you go, throw it in your workout bag and head out. It's worth to reapply every 4 hours because it kind of gets very intimate projection later on. It won't bother anybody around, but for this money, it's just amazing. Blast of freshness, just respray it. Just respray it again and again. Number 7. Number 7 is the recent review also. Royal Oud. This is a heavy hitter. It is somehow smooth with that old style fougere vibe, but very modern and daring because of that prominent European oud accord. I think it's the most beloved fragrance of Creed House, of course, in the fragrance community. Fortunately or not, it's not my favorite of the brand, but I love it anyways. It's also musky in the dry down and has a very unique profile. It's impossible to replicate Royal Oud in the dupes. most of the dupes are just terrible. They just, the ones that actually smell close to this, they smell terrible. I don't know how they made this fragrance, Creed brand, made it so hard to replicate. I think, well, most of their fragrances are almost impossible to replicate, especially the top notes. So if you have this fragrance, rock it now in spring. Number 6, PERCIVAL Parfums de Marly, another blue. And there will be another link up here. And yes, of course, it smells like a lot of cheaper designer fragrances, but lasts 12 plus hours, even on skin. Super easy blind buy, even for regular people, non-frag heads. You can present it to your uncle, to your brother, who, like, somebody who maybe saw you 3 times in your life, and he won't be mad at you. So it's a no-brainer also for just a regular gift, like a travel spray gift or something. Easy. Fun fact, by the statistics reports, PERCIVAL is the most complimented fragrance from the Parfums de Marly house. Maybe along with Layton. Maybe. Not really sure. But I think PERCIVAL is even more, because PERCIVAL can be worn throughout all the year and even in hot tropical climates. So this is more popular. This is more compliment getting. Number 5. Oh, my man. Green Irish Tweed. This is super classic fougere from the 80s. Green as green can be on the start. Super realistic, fresh cut grass accord on the beginning. Perfect for spring, and it has very delicate, a long trail on a cool, windy day. Of course, I have a full review on it also. I'll leave a link down below also. And we came to Sauvage. Well, I couldn't just not put a Sauvage here. I chose Sauvage Eau de Parfum, DIOR. There's a full review on the channel for this line. I think Eau de Parfum, on the contrary with other Sauvages from the regular line, is more popular and the most mass appealing, the easiest to wear. And it's not as annoying as Eau de Toilette for some people. It has an amazing bergamot in the beginning, very fresh but natural. Really nice. Really, really nice. Number 3, Viride by Orto Parisi. This is fairly new discovery for me, and there will be another review pretty soon about it, or maybe it's already out. I don't know. We'll see. So this fragrance is green, like a green fairy tale. It has some absinthe note in it. It's very enchanting and still super mysterious. But because of that note, I put it on the 3rd spot, because some people don't really like it, but still you get a lot of compliments for this fragrance. It's so different and interesting, but still mass appealing. And from most of the fragrances from Orto Parisi are not that mass appealing. They're very hard to tame, I would say. This one is one of the easiest. And it's perfect for spring weather. Number 2. Love it too. Number 2. I was thinking between Paragon and Rehab, but chose Paragon by Initio. It is a calming Palo Santo, woody goodness. It has very aromatic start, but it somehow has an edge. Very elegant fragrance for every day, anytime. In the moderate temperatures, it opens up even more with like little details. If you have a stressful job, try Paragon. It sometimes even smells a tad lactonic, but just because of that creamy sandalwood in the base. Just try it out. Number 1 for me, Elysium. Elysium Parfum Cologne by Roja. It's like the better blue fragrance. One of the best blue fragrances on the market. Better than you can expect if you didn't smell it, of course. Maybe it even won't wow you at the first day. Yes, the opening is stunning in any case, but later on you might be thinking, oh, I'm not convinced to pay that much. Anyway, just look for discounters anyways. But it is just very complex. Just like all the Roja Doves works. All those little details, they open up every time you wear it. The vetiver here is amazing. My favorite of the line, in fact, is vetiver, not Elysium, because of the vetiver, how Roja makes vetiver accord. But that one is a little more challenging. I decided to include Elysium here. So this is the top 12. I put a lot of blue and green fragrances. Well, it's their time to truly shine. But I also have some honorary mentions for you guys, because who knows, maybe you want some boozy fragrances. Maybe you're a fan of leather. So there will be a little more. So the honorary mentions, I had to remove everything because there's way too many things. First is Fruity Leather by Parfums de Marly. It is Godolphin. It is close to original Tuscan leather by Tom Ford, but for me it's better, with better performance, and maybe even more elegant and less pricey, definitely. Very easy to find. For me, leather fragrances are mostly for fall and winter, but if your signature style is leather jacket, for example, you just like leathery profiles, this one is amazing for springtime. Amazing. I like this fragrance. Next in line. Tawny Aomi by Xerjoff. This one is a little yucky. Didn't wipe it enough. It is a very interesting maracuja used in here. It has a smoky note, like a hookah, or even it reminds me smoke from the stage, that smoke machine vibe. This is a crazy beast for special occasions, definitely for birthdays, rock concerts. It was created for the Black Sabbath founder Tawny Aomi alongside with Chris Maurice, they totally nailed this. Not a mass appealing creation at all, but it helps you get noticed, especially in the romantic season. Yeah. And it's quite boozy, by the way. And there's another boozy fragrance for the boozy fragrance lovers. This is Baronda by Nasomato. I think it's one of the best, wrong way. It's one of the best boozy fragrances ever created, as for me. It even smells like wine. Like a sweet, interesting wine that was made in a soil, like in the mountains. I don't know, some interesting accords. It doesn't say there is a wine note here. Well, yeah, but still, there's a little oak wood barrels, dried fruit, very fun and cheerful atmosphere. Great for fall, of course. Also, this is a unisex fragrance, but of course not for work, unless you're in, I don't know, an entertainment industry. And there has to be one more fragrance, my personal taste. It's Colin from Parfums de Marly. It is a brilliant fragrance for early spring, or I'd say for any spring. If you're gardening, if you're familiar to gardening, early spring is time of planting, or even regular spring. Like if you want to grow something in summer. So Colin has a full-blown illusion of black, fertile soil accord. I don't know how it's done. It doesn't say anything in the notes at all. It says there's spices and blood orange, bitter blood orange juice. It is in there. It's like it's spilled in the mud. There's some leather, lavender, signature Parfums de Marly oud. But man, this is super sexy and projects like a warm cloud everywhere you go. And even where you're headed to. This is a beast. Super projecting. Not versatile at all. I'd say the best time to rock it is now, springtime. Super niche, but stunning. People will probably ask you what you're wearing, so beware. Don't forget to like this video and scribble down some of the comments. Your favorites for spring, summer, I don't know. Do you agree with the list? Maybe something is off for you. Subscribe and join our growing community. See you soon. Bye-bye.